This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence. Hello everyone and welcome to another video, and also welcome to this reading vlog. It's Friday right now. Currently it's Friday afternoon. I'm all finished with work for today and all the tasks I had to get done, and I wanted to film a reading vlog and head out and go to the bookstore and grab some books and just do a whole lot of lovely reading this weekend. Basically, I've been in the worst reading slump over the last month, maybe. I think I've been in a really bad reading slump since the end of February. For whatever reason, I don't know why, I've just felt very unmotivated to read. I've not picked up any books that I've really loved, and it's basically been in a really bad reading slump. But today I am determined to change that. So we're gonna head to the bookstore. We're gonna go pick up some books that I'm really excited to read. There's one poetry book I want to grab, one fantasy book I want to grab, and I also want to grab a contemporary as well. The contemporary is the book we're reading this month on Patreon for our book club. So that is currently my plan. Let's go, let's get going. Hello and welcome to this impromptu book haul in the park. So I ended up getting 3 books in total at Dimmicks. The first one is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is the book we're currently reading this month for our book club on Patreon. I've heard absolutely amazing things about this book, so I'm very excited. One of my really good friends loves this book to death, and she's recommended it to me so many times, so that's why I wanted to read it. So that was the first one. The second one, this book, which is Time is a Mother by Ocean Vuong. This is his, I think, second poetry compilation. I really loved On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by him, which is his debut novel which came out. I thought it was so beautifully written, so I wanted to pick up his new poetry compilation. And then the final book, which was the fantasy book, is The Atlas 6. I don't know very much about this book, honestly. I think it has a very cool premise. Each decade, 6 magicians are invited to compete for an incredible prize, a place within the secretive Alexandrian society. It seems very fantastical and dark academia-esque, so I'm very excited to read it. There's a little sticker on it which says, the must-read TikTok sensation. So I have some very strong feelings about that, the fact that one of my books now has a little TikTok sticker on it, but I think this book sounds really cool. I'm hoping it's just a fun, easy read. So that was the third book I wanted to get. I was quite happy. All of the books I wanted were at Dimmicks, and I was actually successful in picking them all up. That Dimmicks actually is about to move locations, so they've been in that little temporary store for a few months now because the last place they were in got bought out by a rebel sport, so they're going to be moving into this really cool older building. So I'm very excited for Dimmicks to open their new store, because that's the bookstore I've spent probably the most amount of time in. I used to go there like almost every day on my lunch break when I worked in marketing, because I just feel very happy being around books. So I cannot wait for them to open their new store. I'm trying to decide which one of these books I start reading first. I think I'm gonna start with Time is a Mother, because I think it would be nice to read some lovely little poetry. I almost just dropped one of the books. Hello, voiceover Christy jumping in here to thank the wonderful sponsor of this video, Squarespace. I have worked with Squarespace for a really long time now. They're a website builder which allows people to create absolutely beautiful websites quickly and easily. I've mentioned many times before that my website was made through Squarespace and I honestly couldn't be happier with it. I recently set up my shop on my website. The process was extremely fast. It was so quick to integrate it with the rest of my site and to get everything looking and working exactly how I wanted. If you're looking to make a website, head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/ChristyAnnJones to save 10% off your purchase of a website or domain. My goodness, hello. It is Sunday. It's Sunday evening, 5:20 on Sunday, and honestly, we've had a really busy weekend this weekend. Like, we actually haven't stopped almost the whole time. So we've only just gotten home, and then yesterday we were out basically the whole day getting stuff done. So it's been a really busy weekend in the end. However, I have managed to read about 100 pages. Yesterday I was using as a bookmark, I think, an old museum ticket. Today I'm using an entire stack of sticky notes. This is my current bookmark. I'm very bad with bookmarks. I currently have my two nice bookmarks, which are these little like metal bookmarks. They're sticking out of two other books I'm currently reading. But I think at the moment I'm in the middle of 4 or 5 books. It's maybe why I've been having such a bad time with this reading slump, is because I'm in between just too many books at this point in time. But oh my god, I love this. I absolutely love this so much. Like, it has honestly been the most engaging 100 pages I think I've read in a very long time. I think the last time I flew through a book like this, I was reading The Song of Achilles, and so that is very high praise for me. I was worried that maybe this book would feel a little bit overhyped because I'd heard so many people talking about it, and you know, it's a very popular book, but thus far I am loving it to absolute pieces. I really love Evelyn as a character. She seems so, I don't know, unapologetically herself. She just seems so realistic but strong-willed, and I really love her. I just think she's a very cool character, and I can't wait to read the rest of her story. I'm really enjoying it. I'm genuinely finding it so very engaging. I can't remember if I actually filled you guys in with my thoughts on Time as a Mother. So I thought it was really beautiful, really beautifully written. I had two favorite poems. I can't remember their names. Let me go grab it. The first one is Beautiful Short Loser. And the second one that I really loved as well was Not Even. So those two poems I thought were incredibly beautiful. I think I've read at least one of them before. I think they've been published like publicly beyond this, I almost said compendium, beyond this compilation of poems. I think I actually read them online. Or at least I think I read one of them online. But as always, Ocean Vuong, just absolutely beautiful. I love his writing. I think he is such a master of figurative language and of metaphor. You just think he is such a talent. He's such a talented writer, and the way that he writes is outstandingly beautiful. So I really, really did enjoy this. I do need to get a copy of On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. That's just such a beautifully written book. But I think this is definitely a book I'm going to reread. Poetry is something that you get so much more value out of when you reread it again, and when you actually sit down and slowly take in the information and analyze it. And so I'm looking forward to returning to this and actually reading it again. But I read the whole thing on Friday night, I think it was. Honestly, this weekend has been a blur. It's just been really busy and we've had so much stuff to do, so it's not really been relaxing in the slightest. But tonight I'm going to keep reading this book. I just feel like I'm flying through it, and I'm so glad we picked this for our book club for this month. I am gonna really struggle to not put this down, so I might just end up flying through. God, I've missed this. I've missed having a book that I found this engaging. Like, oh, it's been such a reading slump. Like, I feel like it's been a while since I've read a book I've really enjoyed, but I feel like it's been ages since I've read a book I've enjoyed this much. So I am very, very, very excited to keep on reading this book. Hello and welcome to another lovely gloomy day today. It is currently Tuesday. I don't think I checked in with you guys since the weekend. It is delightfully cloudy. I know I keep belaboring this, but we're just coming out of summer, and so we're finally getting into the like nice gloomy cloudy season. I have Ghibli jazz playing. Just ignore all of the mess down here. Just don't look at that. Look at the lovely Ghibli jazz playing. Actually, oh, it's got even darker now. There we go. I really should actually pause that because of like copyright and stuff. I've sort of found that it's really helpful for me to play calming, nice music compilations while I'm at home and working by myself, because it's just, I like having the background noise on even if I'm not listening to it. I don't know if that sounds weird, but like it's kind of nice even if I'm listening to stuff with headphones in, just to have some additional white noise going on. I don't know. I am getting ready to sit down and continue reading Evelyn Hugo. Oh god, this is my bookmark today. Can you see that? That's a hair clip. My bookmarks are just getting worse and worse. But currently, I'm up to page 300. I have about 80-ish pages left, and I'm so excited to finish reading this book. Really struggling to put this bad boy down. I love Evelyn Hugo as a character. She's a wonderfully fleshed out character. She's extremely nuanced. She seems real and believable. She's flawed and she's so brilliant. Have I even stopped to really chat about the premise of this book? My god, I've just gone ahead and assumed you all know. So, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is a very, very popular book by Taylor Jenkins Reid that came out in 2017. I feel like the last person to have finally gotten around to reading this book. The general premise of this book is that we have Evelyn Hugo, who is this like 70-year-old movie star who was really, really popular in the 50s and 60s and beyond that, and she's decided to tell her life story to a reporter whose name is Monique, but there's an inference there that there's like a really, really big mystery and a connection with Monique, but we don't know what that is at the beginning of the story. And we dip back and forth to Monique's perspective throughout the story. I'm sort of finding that it's really interesting how much weaker I find Monique as a character, and even Monique's voice, like in terms of the narrative voice, I find it a lot weaker than I find Evelyn's. Like her whole story just seems so real and believable, and then we dip back to Monique's perspective and suddenly it feels just a little bit stilted, just a little bit more like a book. Like it doesn't feel as much of an authentic character or authentic person. And so I find that little distinction interesting. The voice of Evelyn Hugo in this book is so strong and I'm enjoying it immensely. I cannot wait to finish it. This whole day while I've been working, I've just been thinking about like finishing up my work so I can finish reading this book. Yeah, let's go make some tea and then I can finish reading the last 80 pages of Evelyn Hugo. Actually managed to find gluten-free fruit toast. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you'll know that I really love fruit toast, like raisin toast, raisin bread. When I got my tonsils out, like 2 years ago now, I think that was, I ate nothing but raisin toast for like 2 weeks. And since then, I've recently found out that I have a bit of a gluten intolerance, so now I'm like a little bit gluten-free. Basically, I haven't had raisin toast in like over a year because the gluten-free raisin toast is $5 a loaf. And I don't know about you, but I feel like $5 for a tiny loaf of bread is just too much. I'm not willing to pay that much for a tiny loaf of bread, but it was on sale, so now I'm trying out the gluten-free raisin toast. Anyway, I am probably gonna end up crying into my raisin toast. I've heard that the ending of Evelyn Hugo is sad. I think I remember hearing people crying about it, so maybe the raisin toast will help me. Book, check. Glasses, check. Snack, check. Look at it. We have some gluten-free raisin toast and sugar-free peanut butter. So very healthy. And some tea. I think this is jasmine, loose leaf scented green tea, but it says jasmine on the back, so I'm gonna say jasmine green tea. So we have fruit toast, tea, we're ready to go. It is indeed sad. Oh my god. This is such a good book. Oh, I can't. That whole last 80 pages was just an absolute roller coaster. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't just finish the book. It's been like half an hour, maybe a little bit longer since I finished Evelyn Hugo, and I feel like there's a hole in my chest. Like that was such an amazing finish to that book. It was such a wonderful roller coaster of emotions and feelings. I feel exhausted. That was such a good book. Such a genuinely good book. So very good. I'm now going to actually head off and write my notes for my wrap up for Patreon. So every month at the end of the month for our book club, I film like a full like review and discussion video, and I put that up for Patreon for everyone who's a part of my book club. So I'm gonna have so much to talk about for Evelyn Hugo because it's just, oh god, it was brilliant. God knows how long this video is going to be for Patreon. Like they normally end up being like 20 minutes long. I really should make them shorter, but wow, it's definitely worth the hype. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. Very good. A very good book, certainly, for beating a reading slump. I think I'm actually going to finish this video here. I was planning on starting the Atlas 6, but I think I'm going to wait and just give myself a little bit more time before I jump into another book, because I loved Evelyn Hugo so much, and I feel like I just need to sit with that story for a little bit and really process what I read, because it was such a beautiful book. It was such a beautiful ending to that story, and I loved Evelyn's character. I thought she was so believable and interesting and nuanced, and I can't speak highly enough about it. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was a very good, engaging book. And now I feel like my reading slump has been brilliantly broken. Thank you guys again for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if you haven't read Evelyn Hugo that you feel the need to go read it now, because it's really good. Also, I do recommend Time as a Mother by Ocean Vuong because it is beautifully written. And also an enormous thank you to everyone over on Patreon for supporting my channel, and also for being a part of the book club and being the reason why I read Evelyn Hugo this month. If you're interested in checking out Patreon, there is a link in the description down below. Take care everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.